This is Elliott Serrano and Jose Melendez coming to you from Dreamland Comics in Schaumburg, Illinois. Thank you for joining us here yet again on the Comic Culture Warrior YouTube channel. Let's get into some reviews. I'm not going to get into any more soapboxing. There are a couple things that have been coming out, and also some things that I'm finally catching up on. And the one thing that I'm loath to admit that I have never read up until now, Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim, Volume 1, A Precious Little Life. Jose has been on me for I think since when we first met over a year ago. You've been on me to read Scott Pilgrim. I know that they're doing the new movie. Edgar Wright is directing a movie based on the graphic novel series starring Michael Cera. And I thought, oh, what the hell? I'll give it a shot. I picked up Volume 1 of Scott Pilgrim. I gotta say, one of the more interesting reads I've had. If you've not read Scott Pilgrim...
first of all, maybe we should start doing this since we've had people asking. So it's written and drawn by Brian Lee O'Malley, and the first graphic novel, actually each of the individual, there's 5 trades so far. They're all $11.95.
All $11.95, and if you come to a place like Dreamland Comics where you get 25% off, a lot of comic shops will give you a discount on graphic novels. You know, so it's a little bit less, or you can find it, if you don't have a comic shop near you, you can order it on Amazon. You can even order it here through Dreamland Comics, dreamlandcomics.com. But I read this, and if you've not read Scott Pilgrim before, if you haven't read a whole lot of indie stuff in the past, you know, the first 3/4 of the book focuses a lot on friends and relationships.
Like a slice of life.
It's like a slice of life type of book. That's true.
In Canada.
In Canada, of all places.
Like reading this comic, things seem to be more fun in Canada.
You know what?
More laid back, just a little bit, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Canada? Why would I leave America to go to America Junior is my question.
I don't know. I was thinking if... Well.
Okay, first, if all the Amazon.com delivery people are as cute as the chick in Scott Pilgrim, I'd move to Canada. You know, if that's what I'm going to get.
Well, she moved there from New York, though.
From New York. There you go. So she's really cute. In any case, this is a story of Scott Pilgrim, if you've not read it. Scott Pilgrim is, you know, a 20-something dude who's in a band.
Doesn't have a job.
Doesn't have a job. Lives with his buddies. Kind of a sponge.
Well, lives off of his buddies.
Lives off of his buddies. But is considered one of the coolest guys in his town.
He's pretty cool.
He's a cool guy. He lives a cool life. Has a girlfriend who's like 17 years old. And
Knives Chow.
Knives Chow. Great name. And meets this other girl who is a Amazon.ca or
Ramona Flowers,
Canada.
Right?
What? I'm sorry.
Ramona Flowers.
Ramona Flowers meets her when she's delivering CDs to him, or actually, he sees her at a party and then later on orders some CDs because he finds out that she's a delivery person for Amazon, and then she does show up, which sets off this whole series of events. Now, what was it about Scott Pilgrim that makes it unique? The first 3/4 of the book is very, again, I want to say it's very indie comic, slice of life, very, you know, little black and white pictures of people in apartments and talking in cafes and stuff like that. So that's what it is. And I'm reading it, and I'm thinking, yeah, this is kind of neat, and there's humor, and things are kind of funny, and a very clever sequence in the very beginning where O'Malley puts in a song that Scott Pilgrim's band is singing, and he actually has the words and the frets. If you want to play along on your guitar, you can play the song, because he gives you the 3 chords to play the song. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, I can deal with this. I don't see what the big deal is, because I've read this sort of thing before. Fine. I get to the last 10, 15 pages or so, and the book does a complete left turn on me. It's no longer the slice of life thing. It becomes this like total manga styled video game. And I was like, what the fudge? Because I did not see that coming at all. I did not see that happening. And it really throws me. I mean, because the book really gets you very comfortable with the rhythm that it creates, and then bam, all of a sudden, you know, it's like you dropped some LSD at that for those last few pages. So
it's a good trip, though.
It is a trip. So,
Good trip.
Needless to say, I'm picking up volume 2 because I got to see where O'Malley goes with this. I really
So
got to
the
see where
basic
he goes
premise is that the girl that he meets, the delivery girl, Ramona Flowers, in order to date her, he needs to beat her 7 ex-boyfriends.
Evil ex-boyfriends.
Evil ex-boyfriends.
They're all evil ex-boyfriends.
So they're pretty much end bosses in a video game.
In a video game, yes. So as he works through each volume, Scott Pilgrim meets another one of Ramona Flowers' evil ex-boyfriends.
Or maybe the first 6 are like mini bosses, and then when you get to the last one, he's going to be the big boss.
But it took a while for O'Malley to get volume 5 out, so I'm wondering...
Well, I mean, these are they only release these in original graphic novel forms.
Yes.
They don't release them individually.
Right.
Oni has always just done them straight graphic novels. And number 5 did take a long time to get out. And I'm wondering what's going to happen with the movie coming out if the last volume is going to be out before the movie, because I don't want to know the ending of the graphic novels that I've been reading for like 6 years now.
Right.
In the movie, unless they're going to change the movie, or the ending. I don't know how they're going to do that, but.
What's really cool about these books too is that it emulates also the manga style. It's black and white. The newsprint's not glossy or anything. The artwork is pretty simplified, but he, you know, again, Brian Lee O'Malley does a lot with the artwork. And reading this, I can see why it just takes some time, so much time to write them. They're very dense books. They're very, very dense. There is a hell of a lot of imagination being put into it. So I highly recommend it. It's something different. And I know, again, I'm late to the Scott Pilgrim bandwagon. I know that. And when the movie comes out, you're going to have more people getting on the bandwagon. On their own, the books are good. They are really good.
They're excellent.
They're excellent. So we'll end this segment on that. When we come back, we're going to review a couple more books and get into some more topics that you guys have asked us to talk about.